Welcome back to Dagryffyn Hobby. My name's Dave. And today, once again, I went to the Greenberg train show in Edison, New Jersey. Before we get into the items that I brought home from the show today, I have to show you this. It's a Pennsylvania passenger car that a friend sent me. Check that thing out. This thing is huge. It's longer than the K-Line heavyweights that I have, by maybe an inch or so. It is a gorgeous car. You see, it's actually got people in there. It's not silhouettes. That's weird for me. It's just such a neat car. I'm going to enjoy adding that to some of my passenger consists. So I'm at a stage in collecting that I call the I sort of like scale stuff, but not enough to spend money on it stage. So I'm enjoying finding more scale size cars that I can get for 20 bucks, you know, something that doesn't have necessarily a whole lot of detail on it, but enough that it's a good looking car and I enjoy running it. And this will be not good when you start losing track. Number 3 or number 4? I don't remember, I'll have to look, of the double door scale box cars from Lionel. I just love these double door cars. Now, if you've been watching the channel for a while, you might know that the pre-war Lionel B6 switcher, the 060, is something that I've really wanted to add to my collection, but I just can't see spending the money on such an old engine. You know, it's just $500, $600, $700, $1,200. I'm not comfortable with that. You know, if it's a new engine and it's, you know, got features, I guess at some point I would be able to understand that, but I don't know. I just don't feel like I can spend that kind of money on something that old. I don't know. I feel like if I were to spend that much money on something like that, I would have to find a pristine one, and then I'd be paying through the roof for it. So what's that have to do with this? Not much, because I did not buy one of those. But there is an engine much more recent than that that will fill that need, and that is this. It's the B6 from circa 1989 to 91. I'm not exactly sure what years they made it, but it's the Pennsylvania 060 B6 switcher. It's all die cast. I think it may have been the first engine to have rail sounds in it. Spoke drivers, smoking stack and steam chest, E-unit, boiler, headlight, metal rails, backup light, marker, yada, 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 yada. Who cares? Let's open it up and take a look at it. Now, this is always, I don't want to say stressful, but interesting, because I don't really try these things out on the test track. Maybe I should, but I kind of like I'm not a gambling person at all, but I kind of like the thrill of getting home and being like, will it work or will it not? I don't know. It looks fantastic. It looks practically brand new. I'm hoping for the best. The tender looks good, I'll tell you that. I mean, those wires look like the thing's never been plugged in. The way it's still up like that, looks like it was packaged like that and hasn't moved since. Now, I've been looking at this engine online, and it shows, the last one I saw at a show had a price tag on it of $275, and I just didn't need it for that much. It did sell from that show pretty quickly. I remember going back to look at it and it was gone. I'm wondering how much of a deal they made on that one. But this one was marked for a lot less, and I saw it and in typical Dave fashion walked away from it because I'm not spending that money today. I was walking around and I started feeling real uncomfortable. I was like, you know, if that's in good condition and I walk away from it, I'm not going to find it for that price again. So I went back and I looked at it and I walked away. And then I started panicking, and I said to myself, just go and get it. You're not going to find it for that price again. And it's something that you've been wanting, and it's a matter of I'm going to buy it at some point. It's not like an engine that I was saying, oh, maybe someday. No, I was going to buy it. So since I found it at the price I did, I figured I couldn't walk away from it. So I went back. It was still there. I made an offer. He accepted it. And now I have the 8977, the B6 switcher, and it really does look brand new. One of the other engines I'd seen a couple times and considered buying was a K-Line 040, and I'm pretty sure it's the exact same one that Nick from Nick's Crossing has, and it's a gorgeous engine. But I was thinking, you know, between the two of them, if I were to come home with one of them today, it's really the 060 in my mind. That's the classic look. I have a couple of 040s. I have the 1656 and the 1615, and then I have the MPC era 040. So really, I wanted something a little bit different than what I already had. And this, I'm just sitting here looking at it, and it's good looking. Moment of truth, see if it works. Might as well do it. Let's hit it with power. Seems very stiff. Oh, goes backwards. Okay, having a little bit of trouble. It's been used, not much. And it probably needs a good lubricating. The brushes look like they're practically brand new. Let's hit it with some more power. I think it needs to be cleaned. It's in cosmetically fantastic shape. Maybe I could use a little cleaning and lubricating and checking of the wires. So far, I'm happy. It's clean, it works, it smokes. I do think I need to give it a very good cleaning. I think it could definitely benefit from a decent service. It's a good looking engine. I'm happy to have it. Is this broken? I'm not really sure what's going on here. That's going to take some investigation. Yeah, it looks like it's missing a pin or some sort. Oh, that's disappointing. After trying to run the engine a little bit, I found that it was not going in forward very well. Something was binding, and I needed to figure out what it was. As I had already noted, there was something wrong with one of the rods on the side, and it seemed loose and missing a screw. As it turns out, that part, or part of that part, was getting jammed in one of the drive wheels and causing it to lock up. The negative is I had to remove those pieces from the engine in order to get it to work properly. The upside is that it really doesn't affect anything. I could look for replacement parts or try to repair this part. I could also probably just do without it. This is the part that's actually in good condition. This here sits over the axle or hub of the front wheel, and it has a lobe on it. And as it turns, it pushes this up and down, which causes this rod to go forward and back a little bit. And it really doesn't move much, but it just seems to me like not a very good design. And this is from the side that was not working, and this part was getting wedged between the wheel and the locomotive body and then jamming up the wheels. So for the time being, they're going to remain removed from the engine. If and when I decide to take it completely apart again and clean it and relube it, I'll worry about it then, and maybe I can get these parts back in and working properly. So you can see here, those rods should be right about here. And it adds a little bit of, additional motion, and it looks neat. Looking at it now without them, it does kind of look like it's missing something. I don't think it's really going to bother me. I'd rather it works right. This was an interesting one to take apart. You've got two screws in the back. You have to take these two screws out to remove the front coupler. Then there's one screw that actually goes right through here into the body that holds the body on. So you take the two screws out of the back and then that one screw and it comes apart. It's pretty easy to work on after that. I did not film the process of taking it apart because, honestly, I wasn't in the mood to deal with that. I just wanted to get the engine running better. So like I said, if and when I take it apart again to do a good cleaning, I'll do a video at that time. Now that I've done that little, I don't want to say repair, but parts removal, it's running fantastically. You may notice in the video that it's slowing around the turns. That's not the locomotive's fault. That's because my track is, well, I guess the word is filthy. So far, I'm just really enjoying this engine. It's really heavy. I don't have my scale in here at the moment, or I'd weigh it, but I'm tempted to do a how many cars can this engine pull video, and that might be something to do this weekend. So let's take a look at this one running around the layout. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you very much for watching. Please remember to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time on Dagryffyn Hobby.